Hello everyone and welcome to the official SWGT YouTube channel. My name is Sarusa. Today we're going to take a look at SWGT Update 5.1.0, which includes recording of World Guild Battle tests, some bug fixes, and a completely redesigned Friends workflow. The first update today takes us into the World Guild Battle area, specifically under Battle Logs. So under Battle Logs, under the battle type, there's now a new type here for World Guild Battle tests. You're probably asking, well, how do I record these? So there's actually a new plugin update, and for instructions on how to actually do it, under Setup, under the Guide, there's now a new section here for the Battle Logs. And it's just very simple. Basically, when you go into World Guild Battle, you run your tests. At the end, you have to share your actual replay, and that's it. It'll get sent up to SWGT automatically. But just please note that if you don't share them, it will not record. And then then you also can't record and or share other people's from chat. The chat itself is actually encrypted and it's not available for me to actually hook into. So there's some known limitations there. All right, the next line on the update takes us back to the homepage. And then if we search for a counter, and whether we contribute or whether we actually just search for it. So let's just search for Amber, Savannah, and Nora, Amber, Nora, Savannah. So in here, there's no counters. When I press on contribute, if I were to search for Wind Robo, there's actually two options here, one for the unawakened version and one for the awakened version. There's actually a bug that this would just get saved as Robo, so then it would actually default to Water Robo, which is incorrect. So went through, made a fix. That fix is of course platform-wide. And then the last fix takes us up to the 3MDC menu under search. If we search by list, and let's just say we search for something that would be hard to type, so like a Mihao Wang, right? It's longer. So if you just search for a single monster, you now will get the monster search results automatically. So it's the same thing. If you go back to the monster search and you search for, let's say, Nora, it's only one monster, so it takes you automatically into the monster search feature. So just made the search by list feature work as well as the search by type. All right, the next update line takes us over to the gem option. So if we go to rune detail and let's just say shield, and let's say it's not gemmed. There was actually a bug that similar lines would not give me new options, basically. So this is actually not too wonderful of an example. Let me try and find one that is a little bit better. Yes, this attack right here. So this attack right here, this is not gemmed at all. In the old version, the attack as 11 wouldn't get recommended because in a previous bug fix, I did go through and make, or there was an issue where things were basically duplicating. So the same lines were getting recommended multiple times. So I went through and made a change to make sure that the same substats were unique. In my bug fix, I didn't take into consideration, unfortunately, the values of those substats. So for instance, a 7 versus an 11 with the same line wouldn't get recommended. So that bug is fixed. The last update today takes us over to the setup and friends feature. This has been completely redesigned. So if we flip over to the production system and we go to friends, you can see that friends is a little bit complicated. Technically in the background, the way that friendships work are for a given user, for a given player, this user is sharing this player with this user. And so friendships are kind of one way. And they still are that way in SWGT today with the new version, but in SWGT I've gone through and consolidated it. So that way your friends only show up once, and then you can see which players are being shared. If there's multiple players, you'll see multiple players down here, of course. And then if we take a look at, so for instance, if we take a look at the friendship between myself and Drew, for example, I've shared my players and he shared nothing with me. I think he actually unsubscribed, but if we go back to, for instance, Kayun and I, he has multiple players, but he's only shared the one with me, and I haven't shared any. So if I want to share, of course, I can come in here and press the gear icon. And then let's say I only want to share which monsters I have. Let's say I want to share my, let's say my offenses for Siege, my defenses for Siege, and this is just the performance information. This is nothing, the actual monsters themselves. Let's say Lab and Subjugation, and so that's it. It's just as simple as that. Friendships are really easy, and it's a wonderful feature in SWGT that I don't think is used as much. I'm going to have an entire video on this at some point, but essentially you can create an invite So you'll be able to choose player so you choose the invite button, you choose which player you want to share. By default, all the options are turned on, but of course you can come in here and turn off the ones that you don't. And then at this point, the invite code is there. You're going to copy the invite code, send it over to your friend. Your friend's going to go into their SWGT and they're going to press on accept. And then at that point, you guys are, of course, now friends. And you'll see the screens that I've already shown here below where you can see which players I have and which players they have. And then you can choose the gear icon and so on and so forth. So it works out really nice. It's a nice feature. Again, I'm gonna do an entire video on it, on what friendships are and how it all works and so on and so forth. But for right now, it's been redesigned. It's a lot easier to use, and hopefully everybody really likes it. And that's it for today. I just wanted to say a thank you to all the Patreon members who subscribe to SWGT and to all the people that constantly give feedback about the platform. It's only through your support and efforts that SWGT is what it is today. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. We all make SWGT better together. And with that, don't forget to smash those like buttons, and I'll see all of you on the battlefield.